almost by some airlines. Until this morning when we were reporting, some airlines were charging upwards of 80,000 rupees, and the government has been forced to step in once again. And the government stepping in with more details of how much the airlines can charge and nothing above that. Now, up to 500 kilometers, the maximum airfare that can be charged, 7,500. We have a table. Let's put the table out. The table shows the maximum airfare for each stage length. If you can show the table right now, up to 500 kilometers is 7,500. 500 to 1,000 kilometers, it's 12,000. And 1,000 to 1,500 kilometers, the maximum airfare that can be charged. Can we show the table, please, of the airfare? 1,000 to 1,500 kilometers, 15,000 rupees. That's the maximum that can be charged. And above 1,500 kilometers, the airfare that can be charged is 18,000 and not more than that. These were the prices this morning. The prices this morning, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the price as of this minute, but this is how airlines were given a free run. This is the prices this morning. We will get you the air cap table in just a bit. But the government has been initially hesitant to do this. They should have stepped in a long time back so that prices didn't go up as much as they did even until 2 p.m. this afternoon. It was after the Republic TV report that they were forced to step in and ensure that there is a limit attached to each of these sectors. Let me go across to Group Captain Ajay Ehlawat, aviation expert joining us. Group Captain, they should have done this a long time ago, sir, don't you think? They should have done it at least 24, 36 hours ago.
You are absolutely right. Not just they should have done it before, there should be a standard procedure for things like this. You know, when airlines get into trouble, like the time it happened during COVID, government helped these airlines stabilize. They were given, price exemptions, subsidies, etc. for greater public good. Likewise, in a situation like this, or what happened last couple of days, these airlines tried to create some kind of Aapda mein avsar and raise fares unreasonably high, and the government stepped in. I would say this is a very reactive policy input from the government. Instead, there should be a standard operating procedure which limits fares in situations like this.
So, there is a meeting scheduled this evening at 6 o'clock, and we are hearing that they're going to pull up IndiGo, impose heavy penalty on IndiGo. Now, all these things are being said. Of course, damage control is being done by the Ministry of Civil Aviation, right? I have another story breaking, but before I go to the breaking story, I just wanted to get your view on the manner in which the DGCA has buckled. Last night, we were talking about it. In fact, 48 hours ago, when we said you should not buckle, they buckled. They said they're asking for leeway. Yesterday, they gave the extension. And by the end of the day, they said, OK, chaos is ending. Now, tomorrow onwards, things will be back to normal. So it's blackmail. It's blackmail, and it's proven to be, correct. IndiGo did blackmail, and they've succeeded, gotten away almost.
The regulator and the ministry, they are either incapable or incompetent. Choose one of the two. There is no third answer. The citizen paid the heaviest price. The small guy at the counter representing IndiGo paid the next high price. The airline, if at all they are fined, the money will go to the government. What happens to the social cost? People missed events. The economic cost. People missed interviews. People missed exams. The reputational costs. President Putin was here in India, and we were doing all this. Our inefficiency was at display. So what happens now? Airline will pay a price. The ministry will say, see, we sorted them out. But that's not the answer. We need to dive deep and make sure these things don't happen again. And it would require a sustained effort than just a meeting and just a committee.
Yeah. There is a second part to this story right now, because some pilots, in fact, many pilots are starting to now speak out. Captain Ehlawat, in fact, I have some of the quotes of those who spoke to us. Right, one pilot and one cabin crew member spoke to Republic TV. My colleague Shavan is also speaking to them, and he's getting a lot more. Now, they are speaking to us and they are saying they've been on standby since Thursday. I'll tell you what a pilot told Republic. There is a graphic of what the pilot has said and what the cabin crew member has said. We'll put that out. Basically, Captain Elava, the pilot says, we've been on standby since Thursday. I've not been advised on rostering from the airline. I was initially scheduled to fly to Bhubaneswar, even went on to give the route, but I'm not giving out his full name, his details, because it'll be obvious. We promised him that we'll maintain the source, right? But essentially what this proves is, and along with that, a cabin crew member also tells Republic that they've been ready and waiting since Thursday. They were told to wait till Friday of the schedule, and they were never informed of the roster. Pilot waiting, cabin crew on standby, and here you have IndiGo blaming them. IndiGo blaming them, saying that we have shortage of crew. Crew is there waiting to work. They were not told where to work, where to go, nothing. So this proves that this has been engineered.
See, they have been caught with their pants down literally. The requirement or additional requirement of crew because of this FDTL norms was just about 10% or maybe lesser, but almost 100% of their network collapsed. They blame the pilot, they blame the cabin crew, they blame the passengers, they blame everybody except themselves. This is an example of naked corporate greed. Things got too far, they got too greedy, and finally they are paying for, who's paying for their sins? Actually, it is the citizen that is paying for their sins. And IndiGo can keep blaming anybody they want, but the truth is out there. They failed miserably. They prioritize profit over promise. They built a brand, took 20 years to come to some kind of reputation that says, okay, they get the job done. They may not provide you with frills, but they come on time, leave on time, get you home in time. But see what happened the last couple of days when the greed went too far.
Now, yesterday, the CEO of IndiGo said that cancellations were ensured to make sure that the cabin crew and the planes were aligned, to ensure that they were aligned, which means they had planned to do it. It was not accidental. But even today, passengers are going to the airport. They have not been informed of whether their flights, are being cancelled or not. It's complete chaos. There has been no communication whatsoever. Captain Elawat, ideally in a situation like this, how do you think the airline should have responded?
The CEO released a video saying we will refund 100% of the amount booked. It is not happening. There are bookings made through third parties like Make My Trip, etc. Those are not happening. The bookings made directly through airlines are not happening. And when things are good, they send you nice, peppy messages that we leave 5 minutes early, reach in time, etc. But when the system came crashing down, there was no information. The app did not display cancelled flight. The website did not display cancelled flight. People did not receive SMSs. And surprisingly, despite all the chaos, despite them cancelling the flights, the bookings were still available. I mean, what do you say to that? You're allowing people to book for flights that you're not going to operate. So clearly, they left much to be desired. And I hope the regulator and the government jumps in here and fixes their house.
In fact, I just want to make another point